My name is Tyson James Lee, and almost 2 years ago I created a company called TyFit based on what I discovered is the truth for health, wellness, and weight loss. And it turns out it completely contradicts what the traditional industry teaches. What I'm gonna share with you is the 3 biggest reasons I have found people are not losing weight from traditional methods, right? Because for years we have been told 6 small meals a day. We've been told to spend hours in the gym to look what we want. And I'm gonna break down exactly why that will not work for you. It's called becoming a fat burner. So we don't run off protein. We either run off sugar, carbohydrates, or fats. You're either a sugar burner or a fat burner. What happens when you eat 6 small meals a day is you promote sugar burning. How do you promote sugar burning? Well, you eat. Your body never gets enough time without food to actually dig into its adipose tissue and burn its own body fat for energy. So it continues to burn sugar. And this is why bodybuilders are so adamant that they have to eat every 2 to 3 hours to preserve their muscle mass. And you know what? They're right. But what I'm gonna share with you will allow you to go 16 to 18 hours without eating, preserving your muscle and not being hungry and getting clear the longer you haven't eaten. So how do we become a fat burner? We basically eliminate all processed carbohydrates from our diet and we replace it with healthy fats. You see, everything I teach is based off the adaptive response principle, which basically states that our body will adapt to what we put it through. When we start to consume more fats, our body actually burns its own body fat for energy. You guys, we hold less than 300 grams of glucose in the body, which is sugar, muscle glycogen, right? Glucose, glycogen in the body. That's what carbs get converted into. We're not supposed to run off sugar. Now, somebody who is lean like me still has 19.2 usable pounds of body fat for energy. We store fat on the body because we were intended to burn our own body fat for energy. So we've gotten so far off track. But what we basically do is eliminate all sugar, all processed carbohydrates, and replace those calories with healthy fats. It takes 2 weeks to make the switch, but here's the cool thing, and this is why you must stay consistent. It takes 2 years for fat adaptation to reach full maturity. Now, I had some tests ran, and my fat metabolism is 200% higher than it was when I first started this. Yes, I have taught my body to burn twice as much fat as it used to, and I'm gonna share the same thing with you. So why do we wanna become a sugar burner? What is the benefit? For one, you preserve your muscle mass, right? So you don't have to eat every 2 to 3 hours. You guys, I've eaten 2 meals a day for the last 4 years, and I promise you, I'm not starved for muscle. So we want to preserve this muscle. The longer we go into a fast, the longer we go without eating, we actually secrete a hormone called human growth hormone, HGH, which allows us to pack on muscle and strip more fat more efficiently. Also, it creates half of the aging damage in the body. Yes, becoming a fat burner is absolutely anti-aging. Every time we burn a gram of fuel in the body, just like when we burn a gallon of fuel in a car, we emit fumes and pollution into the atmosphere. Well, every time we burn a gram of fuel in the body, we create free radicals, oxidative damage, and things that lead to aging. Well, fat is 9 kcal per gram versus carbohydrates, which is 4. So now you're using twice as efficient of a fuel source, effectively creating half the damage in the body. Why else is this effective? For one, when you learn to become a fat burner, you shut off a hormone called ghrelin. Ghrelin does what it sounds like it does. It makes your stomach growl, and it makes you overeat. It tells you you're hungry when you're not. And this is why when you eat a Snickers bar, you're hungry an hour later. You're not actually hungry, but based on the insulin response, you're secreting a large amount of ghrelin, which is making your stomach growl, which is telling you you're hungry. So I hope I've convinced you at this point that you must become a fat burner. Start digging into your own adipose tissue and burning your body fat for energy and using it to fuel your workouts to have any real long-term success in this weight loss game. So I hope you've enjoyed this first video. If you like, you can click the link below and we can show you how TyFit will work for you. Changing the primary fuel mix is actually the very first concept that we teach in TyFit. If you click the button below, you will get some information on what it is that we do, how we can help, and you'll also hear from a ton of people that we have helped. In less than 2 years, TiFit has helped over 350 people achieve their goals. And if you don't want to click the button below, just stay tuned, and tomorrow we're going to send you another video on why your workouts aren't working and what the traditional method our industry has taught you that is ineffective. This is Tyson James Lee, reminding each and every one of you to be about that action, boss.